who you are today is just the beginning, ready to unlock a level of focus that makes you unstoppable. We're diving deep into the power of unwavering focus today.
It's amazing how this material goes way beyond like simple tips and tricks. It's like it pushes you to cultivate a whole mindset, a way of being that lets you really become the architect of your own success.
I love that becoming the architect of your own success. That really speaks to me. And the material really emphasizes like remembering your why, right?
Yeah.
That initial spark, that burning desire that got you started on this path in the first place. It's about reconnecting with the reason you said, enough is enough. I'm going all in.
Yeah, exactly. You hit the nail on the head. It's about tapping into that core motivation. Like, why did you even begin this journey? What were you hoping to achieve? I think when you reconnect with that powerful why, it just fuels your commitment and helps you push through those inevitable challenges.
It's like rekindling that bonfire of passion that might have gotten a little, dimmed along the way. But the path to success, well, it isn't always a walk in the park, right? It can be a rugged mountain trail full of obstacles and setbacks.
Absolutely. This is where grit and tenacity come into play, I think. It's about building that resilience, that ability to bounce back from adversity. Look at it like elite athletes. They use something called deliberate practice, where they're constantly pushing their limits and learning from their mistakes. That's how they build that grit.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm already starting to see how all these concepts connect. And, the material uses some pretty powerful imagery to illustrate the things that can really derail us. Shiny objects, other people's expectations, these are the distractions that can pull us off course.
Totally. And minimizing these distractions is crucial. I've personally found that the Pomodoro technique has been a total game changer for me. It's all about working in focused, like 25-minute bursts, followed by a short break. It helps me personally stay on track and avoid, getting bogged down.
I've heard of that technique. I might have to give it a try. It's about being intentional with our time and energy, setting those boundaries, and learning to say no to things that just don't align with our goals.
Exactly. You really have to protect your focus like it's the most valuable asset you possess. Because, well, it is. Research shows that when we eliminate distractions and create an environment that's really conducive to focus, we tap into a deeper level of concentration and achieve like remarkable results.
But it's not just about those external distractions, is it?
Yeah.
There's also that, negative inner voice we all have, that voice that whispers doubts and fears.
Oh, for sure. That inner critic can be incredibly destructive. But I think the power of self-talk is incredible too. We have to become aware of those negative thought patterns and actively challenge them.
So true. Reframing our thoughts to be more empowering is crucial. Replacing self-doubt with self-belief, fear with courage.
Think of it like building a growth mindset. When you
Yeah.
believe in your ability to learn and grow, you embrace challenges as opportunities for development.
That's a great way to look at it. And the material also highlights, the importance of gratitude as an antidote to negativity and distraction.
Gratitude is powerful. It's really about shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can increase happiness, improve relationships, and even boost physical health.
It's like choosing to see the world through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity, right? It's a practice we can all benefit from, regardless of our circumstances. Now, there's another powerful concept that really resonated with me, the idea of a personal code.
Oh, totally. I think of a personal code as like a constitution for your life, the core values you absolutely won't compromise on. Mine include integrity, excellence, and service. When you have a strong personal code, it becomes a compass that guides your decisions and actions.
It's like building that moral compass that helps us stay true to ourselves, even when we are faced with, difficult choices.
Exactly. It provides clarity and purpose, and it can really help you navigate those challenges and temptations that just inevitably arise.
And I think when you live in alignment with your personal code, you cultivate a sense of integrity and authenticity that radiates outward, inspiring others and creating a positive ripple effect.
It's true. Living a life driven by purpose and meaning can really make distractions lose their power. You become an unstoppable force for good. Living in alignment with your personal code, yeah, that's powerful.
It is.
But how do we actually make this unwavering focus a reality? You know what I mean? How do we eliminate all those distractions that are constantly vying for our attention?
That's the question, isn't it? It can feel kind of overwhelming sometimes.
Right?
It's like we're fighting a losing battle against this, like barrage of notifications and emails and all these demands on our time.
I hear you. I totally understand that feeling. But remember, you're in the driver's seat. You have the power to actually design an environment that supports that focus.
Okay, so how do we actually do that? Give us the blueprint.
All right, so one powerful technique that I found incredibly effective is something called time blocking. So instead of just like letting your day be dictated by randomness, you intentionally carve out these specific chunks of time for focused work.
So it's like scheduling appointments with your most important tasks.
Precisely. And during these time blocks, you got to eliminate all distractions, phones on silent, notifications off, email closed. Give your undivided attention to the task at hand.
It's about creating those sacred spaces where deep work can happen.
Exactly. And this ties back to the concept of like radical prioritization. It's about making those tough choices about what truly matters and really ruthlessly eliminating anything that just doesn't align with those priorities.
I like that, saying no to the good so you can say yes to the great.
Yeah. And remember, it's not just about managing your time, it's also about managing your energy too.
That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. The idea that our focus and willpower are kind of like these finite resources that we need to replenish.
Exactly. We can't just expect to operate at peak performance 24/7 without taking those breaks to recharge. So be mindful of your energy levels throughout the day.
It's like checking in with yourself and asking, what do I need right now to stay focused and energized?
Yes. And that might mean taking a quick walk, listening to some inspiring music, or just closing your eyes for a few minutes of, mindful breathing.
Yeah, giving ourselves permission to pause and reset.
Now, another really crucial aspect of creating a focus-enhancing environment is actually optimizing your physical space.
Oh, this is something I've definitely noticed. Like when my workspace is cluttered and chaotic, my mind just tends to follow suit.
I totally agree. Our physical environment really does have a profound impact on our mental state. So you've got to clear the clutter, organize your desk, and surround yourself with things that really inspire you, uplift you.
It's about creating a sanctuary for your mind.
Exactly. And let's not forget about those digital distractions that are constantly bombarding us. Those notifications, those endless social media feeds, those news alerts, they keep us in the state of like perpetual anxiety.
It's like we're almost addicted to distraction.
In many ways, we are. But here's the empowering truth. You have the power to break free.
Okay, so how do we do that? Give us the antidote to this digital distraction.
All right, well, the first step is awareness, right? Notice how often you reach for your phone, how many times you just mindlessly scroll through social media, how much time you spend consuming, news that doesn't actually empower you.
So it's about becoming conscious of our digital habits.
Once you're aware, you can start making intentional choices. Turn off those notifications, set limits on your screen time, and really curate your digital diet to include content that actually nourishes your mind and soul.
It's about reclaiming control over our attention and choosing to focus on what really matters.
And here's a powerful technique that I personally use to stay connected to my purpose. I regularly visualize myself achieving my goals. I create these vivid mental pictures of what it will actually feel like to reach those milestones.
It's about keeping that vision of success alive and vibrant in our minds.
Exactly. Because when you can clearly see your destination, it's so much easier to stay on track and just resist those distractions.
It's like having that internal compass that guides us towards our dreams.
And this visualization practice doesn't just apply to, these big long-term goals. You can also use it to find meaning and purpose in even the most mundane tasks.
Oh, interesting. How do we do that?
By connecting those tasks back to your larger purpose. For example, if you're not exactly thrilled about doing paperwork, remind yourself that it's actually essential for the smooth running of your business, which allows you to pursue your passion, and make a difference in the world.
So it's about finding the why behind the what's.
Precisely. When we approach our work with that kind of intentionality, it becomes less of a chore and more of a contribution to something greater than ourselves.
This reminds me of that concept of a personal code that we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
Your personal code, those unwavering standards by which you live your life, it can be a really incredible source of focus and motivation.
It's like having that inner compass that guides our decisions and actions.
Yeah.
Making sure that we're always moving in alignment with our values.
Exactly. And when you're faced with a choice, ask yourself, does this align with my personal code? If the answer is no, then have the courage to just walk away.
It's about living with integrity and authenticity even when it's hard.
And that integrity, that authenticity, it radiates outwards. It inspires others. It creates a ripple effect of positive change.
So living by our personal code not only enhances our own focus, but it also has the power to actually elevate those around us.
Absolutely. It's about creating a world where people are empowered to live their truth and make a meaningful impact.
Okay, now all this talk about focus and intentionality, it kind of brings to mind another crucial element, I think, and that's self-awareness.
Oh, for sure. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and transformation. It's about becoming aware of our thought patterns, our emotional triggers, and those subconscious beliefs that might be holding us back.
It's like shining the light on the inner workings of our minds.
Exactly. And when we bring awareness to those areas that need attention, we can start making those conscious choices that really align with our goals and our values.
So what are some practical tips for actually cultivating self-awareness?
Well, one powerful practice is journaling. Take some time each day to just reflect on your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences, and just notice any recurring patterns or themes that might be impacting your focus.
It's like having a conversation with yourself, but on paper.
Exactly. And pay attention to your body's signals.
Hmm.
Are you feeling tense, stressed? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you nourishing your body with healthy foods?
Yeah, our physical health and well-being have a direct impact on our mental clarity and focus.
Absolutely. When you take care of your body, you're also taking care of your mind.
Okay, so to recap, we've talked about time blocking, optimizing our environment, minimizing distractions, connecting with our purpose, living by our personal code, and cultivating self-awareness.
It's a lot, right? But these are all such powerful tools for unlocking that unwavering focus that really does lie within each of us.
And I'm starting to see how these elements kind of work together synergistically to create a truly unstoppable force.
Exactly. It's not just about implementing one or two of these strategies. It's about embracing that holistic approach that really addresses all aspects of our being, mind, body, and spirit.
It's about becoming the best version of ourselves.
And when we do that, when we fully commit to this journey of focus and growth, we create a ripple effect that really does extend far beyond ourselves.
We become those beacons of inspiration, illuminating the path for others to follow.
Now let's talk about the impact this level of focus can have on the world.
It really is incredible to think about the ripple effect that, our individual focus can have on the world.
I know,
If
right?
we can all harness this power within ourselves, imagine what kind of collective impact we could create.
It's mind-blowing when you really think about it. When individuals commit to their goals with that unwavering focus, they become these catalysts for positive change. They inspire those around them, raise the bar for excellence, and contribute to a world that's, more aligned with our highest aspirations.
It's like each person becomes this shining light, illuminating the path for others to follow.
Exactly. And as more and more people embrace this level of focus and commitment, I think that collective light just gets brighter and brighter, dispelling the darkness of apathy and mediocrity.
This reminds me of that idea we talked about before, leaving a legacy.
Right. A
Yeah.
legacy isn't just about what we achieve in our own lifetimes, I think. It's about the impact we have on the world, the values we embody, the inspiration we spark in others.
It's about recognizing that our actions, our choices, our commitment, they all have these ripple effects that extend far beyond ourselves.
Absolutely. Imagine the world we could create if everyone lived with that level of intentionality.
Wow. A world where people are empowered to pursue their dreams, you know, contribute their unique gifts, and make a real difference.
A world where, collaboration trumps competition, where innovation flourishes and we collectively strive for a future that benefits everyone.
It's a powerful vision. And it all starts with each of us, taking responsibility for our own focus.
Couldn't agree more. The world needs your unique gifts and talents. And when you're focused, intentional, and unwavering in the pursuit of your goals, you become like this unstoppable force for good.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the power of focus, what's the one message you want our listeners to take away today?
That they have the power within themselves to become unstoppable forces in their own lives, that they can achieve amazing things when they harness the power of focus, and that their journey of growth and achievement, it can have a profound impact on the world.
Well said. And for those listening, I encourage you to take action on what you've learned today. Don't let this just be another, podcast you listen to and forget.
Yeah.
Implement these strategies, cultivate these habits, and commit to this journey of focus.
Yes, remember, who you are today is just the beginning. This journey of growth and achievement, it's ongoing. So stay focused, stay hungry, and never stop striving to become the best version of yourself.
And if you're feeling inspired and ready to take your focus to the next level, we'd love to hear from you. Share your biggest takeaways from this deep dive down in the comments. Let us know what resonated with you, what actions you're going to take, and what topics you'd like us to explore in future episodes.
Until then, remember, the power to create an extraordinary life lies within you. Embrace it, harness it, and let your focus become your superpower.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.